YouTube! Welcome back to Daily Finance. My name is Ben. I'm your host, and today is Monday, May 9th. Thank you for clicking on today's video. We are talking about, as you guessed from the thumbnail and the description, light hotspots are coming this week, 2 days away on May 11th. The Helium network is updating their blockchain to allow light hotspots to be activated. What does this mean? What does this mean for your earnings? Is relayed status going to be affected? And a whole bunch more. All of these questions will be answered today. Everything you need to know right here on Daily Finance. Without further ado, let's get right into today's video. It's a good one. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? I just wanted to hop on here and just say that McGill is having a 10% discount on all orders of 250 euros or more, just using the code McGill May 1. That's MCGILLMAY1. If you're watching today's video on Monday, May 9th, that code will work for 10% off. Also, you can use my link in the description below for any antenna that you'd like. And then you can use this for 10% off. Okay, so thank you for using my link below. I do receive a very small amount of that. It doesn't cost you any extra by using my link or anything like that. I just get a small percentage and it gives back to the channel. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's get right into the video. Okay, here we go. We are back. Today, again, Monday, May 9th. Thank you for clicking on today's video. And we are back here on the Helium Explorer. And as you can see, we are inching closer and closer and closer to the 800,000 hotspot mark. Obviously, that's a bump up from last week's video. Today, Helium's market price is at $12 even, and it's minus 12.5%, as we are absolutely getting, the crypto carnage is continuing, as with all of the other financial markets at this time. Kind of is what it is, but we will continue to chug away because Helium is changing the way that it works forever. And it's one of the biggest updates in Helium history. That's right, I'm talking about the introduction to light hotspots. And there's a lot of questions about how this will affect us miners and what this upgrade has in store for us. So let's get right into the nitty gritty and answer some of these. So the integration of light hotspots is happening this week. Today's Monday, May 9th. In 2 days, on Monday, May 11th, light hotspots will be activated on the Helium network. And there's nothing that you need to do for yourself in order to get ready for this, other than have your hotspot on, connected to the Wi-Fi, just ready to go. The majority of companies that you purchase them from have an update that already activate your hotspot into a light hotspot, the firmware that's downloaded there. So your hotspot will automatically become a light hotspot. There's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to buy in order to get this going. Okay. The normal hotspots that the majority of you and I have, started doing everything 3 years ago. They did everything. They challenged, they beaconed, they created challenges, they witnessed, they transferred data. And because of this, the hotspots, they had to have a lot more GPU computing power, and that was fine when Helium network was very small, right? Now we're at almost 800,000 hotspots, and these regular hotspots are having a difficult time keeping up with everything that's going on within the Helium network. There's been a lot of issues. I'm sure many of you out there can vouch for that, like taking weeks and weeks for your hotspot to sync to the blockchain and start earning. The consistency in earnings have been wavering up and down since the saturation has increased. And so light hotspots, or the introduction of light hotspots, are Helium's way of solving these problems. Okay. And what a light hotspot is it's going to do everything that our hotspots do currently, minus challenging. And so, so the challenging portion you might see on your rewards, right? Let's go here to the Helium network, and let's go again to Los Angeles, our favorite place. But we're in LA, and I was just trying to show you guys an activity that your hotspot will no longer be responsible for on May 11th when the light hotspots are integrated. And that's challenging. Challenging is the only thing that your hotspot will no longer do. This has been offboarded from our miners to the validators. And what this will allow is more stability in the network. Okay. It's a free software update. Okay. All when activated, all Helium compatible hotspots will become light hotspots with no action or additional hardware. Okay. The real question is, what does this mean for our rewards, right? As miners, we really focused on ROI and how fast can we get our money back so that everything else is icing on the cake. And so with this new blockchain upgrade to the Helium network, how will it affect our rewards? And the truth is, in the beginning, it will be a rocky road, right? A tumultuous path. And that goes for any new project or project that's getting an update because of the coding. And there's plans that, the Helium's been planning this for a while. They've been working around the clock, and they've been trying to develop a code that will work the first time. And everybody knows that there will be bugs, there will be things that initially will probably have some growing pains, and will probably decrease our rewards in the beginning. But the premise of what they're doing, I think will help us earn more consistent earnings in the future. But so a lot of the hotspots that maybe you have a hotspot that you tried to sync to the blockchain and it just was syncing forever, and there was nothing you can do in order to get it synced. Um, those hotspots may be brought back to life, right? Because you no longer have, with this new light hotspot update, you no longer have to sync your miner to the blockchain, and you can just basically plug and go now with your miners. So those that never were able to sync to the blockchain, they could be brought back to life, and you might be able to get your money back through mining using it. Okay. Um, the other thing is, remember, challenging, which I was trying to show you guys, which I finally was able to bring up, um, you'll no longer see challenging. So what does that mean? Constructed challenge. You see this guy, bubbly Tawny Barbell in Los Angeles. Sorry if that's your hotspot. This is not mine. We just love LA here because of the saturation. Uh, so sorry. 3 days ago, they constructed a challenge and they received 0.005 rewards for doing so. And this is something that you won't see after the integration of light hotspots. Okay. And the rewards associated with challenging is 0.09% of all of the HNT. So it's a very small percentage that you are seeing and that you will no longer see. That's off to the validators. Now, there's a lot of people that are upset by this because the validators are quote unquote the whales and we're just giving them more money or more HNT. While I understand um, that mindset, I think that this change allows much more stability, and that's what we really want, right? We want our earnings to be stable, our earnings to be consistent. So I think this change will allow more consistency, and it's a game of averages, right? So if you have a lot more consistency, hopefully that those rewards stay at a baseline. And okay, so that's about challenging. So the things that your hotspot will do is they will beacon and they will witness and transfer data. Those are the three things that they'll continue to do. And remember, the majority of your earnings are 20% of your earnings are witnessing, right? And beaconing is 5%. So just remember that. Okay. Next thing that we'll go to is those lone wolves, and they have hotspots that, and not a lot of neighbors. So in this in this example, going to Los Angeles is probably a bad idea. So we'll go to Lake Tahoe, and we'll show you what a lone wolf means. But if you're one of those lone wolves that don't have, you're just one hotspot, and there's no one in your area, this is probably not a great thing for you because the only way you were earning was through challenging and transferring data packets. And so now that you don't challenge with the new integration, you'll be transferring data packets that doesn't give you a lot of H&T. So you're like, okay, Ben, I am a lone wolf. What can I do? Well, you can start developing the area that you're in hopes that you get a lot more hotspots that you guys can witness each other and start making some money. So you can ask your neighbors, your friends, and your community to get some, or you can buy a couple more hotspots and put them at your neighbors and your friend's house after speaking with them, of course, and you can start earning. Okay. So if you're a lone wolf and you're relying on the challenging and data packets for your earnings, it's not going to be great for you. So just like this person over here in Tahoe, he or she is a very lone wolf, And I bet you that they, have very limited earnings, and they're relying a lot on challenging to for their rewards. So this guy will or girl should develop the hexes near them in hopes that they can start witnessing and earning through proof of coverage. Okay, so there's that for the lone wolves. The next question that we will go to is relayed hotspots. And remember, relayed hotspots are those where the firewall is blocking um, the activity of the hotspot mining community on how to stop the relayed status, because it will also affect your rewards. And remember, if you have a relayed hotspot, about 15% is affected with that, 15% of the earnings less. And it has to do with the beaconing and how the relayed status works that we won't get into in this video. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. In 2 days, if you have a relayed hotspot, that will go away, because light hotspots no longer communicate with each other over the peer-to-peer network, right? And so, i.e., it won't challenge another, another hotspot. So there's no need for it to communicate through port 44158, and therefore no hotspot will be relayed. And this is excellent because some people have had done everything right. They port forwarded their miner, they've done everything, and they still can't get rid of the relayed status. And a lot of people had to buy a static IP address and all of these things, and that will no longer exist. And your hotspot, it reduces the complexity of deploying a miner, and overall, it's a win in that category. Will light hotspots consume less bandwidth? And the answer is it should, right? Because there's a lot less, work that they have to do in order to, earn. So yes, eventually light hotspots will use less bandwidth, and which is good, good for our internets. Okay. And then lastly, I just want to say that um, Helium has been trying to test the upgrade to the network for a long time. We need to be as patient as we can with them during this first month and a half with the new integration. So expect earnings to be lower and in the beginning, but then to plateau and even out as they fix all of the bugs. So I don't know. You tell me. How do you guys feel about the new the new integration of light hotspots? Are you guys upset about losing challenging? Or do you think the loss of the relayed status for all miners, more consistency, and all of those things are a better move for us? In my opinion, I think I'm excited because I have some relayed miners, and it's been difficult to try to get them unrelayed. So I'm kind of excited to see what the future lays for us in Helium, and I guess we'll see. Again, I have some links in the description below. I hope you guys take advantage of the 10% discount Miguel is having today. And as always, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, turning that bell notification on. And it really does help this YouTube channel. It helps the video with the algorithm. And I just appreciate your support as always. And we'll see you in the next video, on a Thursday video, which is going to be a little bit of a different one. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck on May 11th. Thanks for clicking in.